morning. It's Friday, August 5th, and I'm sure that most of you have heard of Alex Jones, the American conservative, alt-right, far-right radio host and prominent conspiracy theorist. And the show that he hosts is called InfoWars, and it comes on in Texas, from Austin, Texas. And the Genesis Communications Network syndicates this show across the United States and online. Right now, Alex Jones is in the end phase of a suit that was brought by several parents whose children were killed in the Sandy Hook massacre back in 2012. And Alex Jones at that time declared that the Sandy Hook episode was staged. It was a phony. And he went on air and he claimed all of these vicious lies about this episode, this horrible episode in American history. So now this trial has reached the judgment phase, the phase in which money is awarded to the plaintiffs. And a strange thing happened at this trial. The attorney for the plaintiffs, who are suing for the amount of $150 million, disclosed to Jones and the court that he had recently received evidence proving that Jones had lied during the discovery process. He had lied because he said he had never texted anything about the 2012 Sandy Hook shoot. But the plaintiff's attorney received 2 years' worth of text messages that included every text message that Jones had sent. And he received those text messages from Jones's attorney. And that was an apparent faux pas, as they say. A major screw-up. Because why? Why would Jones's own attorney send incriminating evidence to the plaintiff's attorney? Well, I don't have an answer for that. I could guess that Jones is being defended by somebody who's inept, or maybe his attorney decided that Jones should pay these people. The crazy thing is, when Jones is confronted with the actual evidence, he said he never saw those text messages. And when he was reminded that he said he couldn't locate these text messages, Jones said he did not lie. Now, Jones has admitted that the shooting actually occurred. But in a sworn deposition that he gave in 2019, he said he had a form of psychosis which caused him to believe that the Sandy Hook shooting was staged. Now, during the trial, he admits that the shooting was 100% real. It's a little late for that, don't you think? And just to prove how crazy Jones is, in a moment during the trial, Jones was asked whether he had connected the judge, Maya Gamble, to pedophilia and human trafficking. And of course, Jones is stupid enough to deny it. And then the attorney proceeds to play a video for the court of the InfoWars episode in which Jones made those accusations against the judge. So the man was proven to be a liar up and down the line. 2 years worth of text messages, all kinds of clips of video that show how bad a person he is and how untruthful a person he is. This is the first of 3 trials that is going to determine the amount of money that Alex Jones and his company will have to pay out to the family suing him over the Sandy Hook shooting and his notorious behavior after the shooting. So what do you think's happening now? Free Speech Systems, which runs Alex Jones's outlet, conspiratorial outlet, InfoWars, filed for bankruptcy on Friday because they know that they're going to have to pay out money. And this bankruptcy is to protect them from paying out as much as they should pay. So right now, Mark Schwartz, who is the restructuring officer, who's supposedly going to manage the funds that Free Speech Systems has available, is trying to tell the courts that he has to pay all of these bills in order to avoid InfoSystems to be shut down. So Mark Schwartz's job is to save as much money as he possibly can by pretending that InfoSystems has to take care of their providers, the people who help them run their business. In essence, he is trying to avoid paying as much money. So in essence, he's trying to avoid paying money to the plaintiffs in the bankruptcy suit. But the judge who's overseeing the bankruptcy has stopped Schwartz from withdrawing any more money from the company. And he said he found some of Schwartz's testimony very troubling. But he also found out that Jones was spending $300,000 a month on his company-issued American Express card. And the judge said to stop paying that bill, which the current amount is $172,000. And the judge forbade Schwartz from paying that bill. And all in all, the judge was not at all satisfied with the accounting practices of the InfoSystems company. So it looks to me like they're a money-making machine, and they just spent it as ever they saw fit, and they really didn't keep very good records. And so now it'll be up to the courts to decide how much money InfoSystems really has and how much they have to pay out to the plaintiffs in these suits. So I leave you with that this morning. Alex Jones is getting what he deserved, and probably that would be jail. In any event, I'll see you in the morning. Bye.